Hey everyone, it's Medium Jody Jones. I thought I would pop on and say hi to you all since it's been a while since I've checked in. So I've been guided by my team to just talk to you guys a little bit about anxiety and depression. And for anybody out there right now who is kind of riding the waves, which is what I call it. It's when anxiety and depression come through, it kind of feels like a bit of a tidal wave for some of us. I want you guys first to start off by realizing where those two vibrations come from. And yeah, I talk about this all the time about doing the check in on ourselves and see what your vibrational energy is like. And this is huge because sometimes when you are experiencing any of the lower vibrations, and it can be anger, depression, anxiety, worry, fear, sometimes they're actually not yours that you're feeling. And I know this can be a hard concept to grasp, but I believe that more and more of us are becoming empaths, and more of us are very highly sensitive to the people, places, and things around us. And sometimes what we're feeling is actually belonging to somebody else, or somebody else's experience that you're actually picking up on. And so really, you can learn to know whether this is your energy or somebody else's energy through meditation. So if you're, for example, if you're feeling, any kind of nervousness in your stomach, usually that's where it starts off. Sometimes it can be in your chest, sometimes it can be in your throat, sometimes it affects people in their heads. Whenever you're feeling any intense energy in these areas, if you are to sit and to close your eyes and just bring your focus and awareness to your breathing and kind of do a little bit of a scan, you can actually tune in and find out whether it feels like these energies are belonging to you, so meaning that they feel like they're deep within you, or if they feel like they're outside of you. So if you have the ability to kind of be the observer of it and step outside of it, then you'll know that it actually doesn't belong to you at all. And so, of course, if it doesn't belong to you at all, it will clear much quicker. Sometimes it will clear as soon as the person, place, or thing leaves your energy space. And that's awesome, because then it'll be gone with them. But if it belongs to you, I want you guys to know that this is not a sign of weakness, and this is not a sign of something's wrong with you. And this is something that I don't want anybody to be ashamed of or feel guilty about, because I get tons and tons of clients that come in that I treat for anxiety and depression. And, it's unfortunately, I think, Western medicine has stuck this label on these names, and then we associate it with, being mentally ill or being weak or being, and it's not the case at all. That, the fact of the matter is that when we feel these vibrations, these lower vibrations, it's usually because it's coming in to give us contrast or balance. And so it's usually, a sign from our team that things are a little bit out of balance. And this is a way for us to check the vibrational balance within our body and be able to take the steps that we need to be able to bring it back into balance. So I want you guys from this point on, if anybody's experiencing any kind of nervous energy or worry energy or fear energy, I want you guys, instead of going onto the side of it being fearful and, it being something to worry about or something to become more anxious about, I want you to do a tune into your body. So just take a couple seconds, close your eyes, check in, and I want you to ask your higher self, your soul energy, what am I supposed to be knowing from this? What am I supposed to be seeing here, and what changes am I supposed to be making? And allow yourself to have the little bit of space to receive that reply, okay? Make sure if you're putting the question out there, that you actually are waiting to hear or feel or know the answer. And this is really, really important, because it will give you the direction that you need to go in to make the changes. And I want to make sure that you guys know that there are tons and tons of things that we can do, right? So tapping is one of my favorite go-tos if I need to clear some lower vibrations from my energy field. And so again, Brad Yates is one of my favorite tapping guys. I'm sure there's other tapping people out there as well, but he's got some really great videos on anxiety and worry and all of that. And sometimes you have to do it more than once. Sometimes you have to do it a couple times in a day, but vibrationally it will start to shift things for you. Your breathing is probably the quickest and easiest way. You don't need any tools to be able to do this, but doing your relaxation breathing exercise. And so the relaxation breathing exercise is doing your breathing to a count of 4, 7, and 8. And so that's breathing in to a count of 4 from your nose. So slowly taking that breath all the way down into your belly, having your total focus and awareness on your breathing, holding it in your belly to a count of 7. And when I say holding it, it's not tight holding it. It's just letting it sit and settle. And then letting it out through your mouth to a count of 8. And really, really focus on your out breath as a huge release, because it will be all of that excess energy, the lower, denser vibrations that will actually leave through your exhale. So use it as a really, really powerful tool. There's also tons and tons of helpful homeopathics out there and herbal supplements and vitamins that we can take that will help us to feel vibrationally more balanced. And sleep is huge, right? We need to make sure that we are sleeping well, because if we're not sleeping well, then that can affect us hormonally and it can make everything feel out of balance. And I just want you guys to have the awareness, though, that make sure that when you are, again, when you're feeling out of balance and things are not feeling great, that you don't go and choose alcohol or drugs or, anything that you know is not going to fix your situation, that it's actually going to make your situation worse. I want to make sure that when you are choosing your tool to help you, that you're making sure that your choice is coming from a place of love and self-care rather than from fear and self-sabotage. Because we want to make sure that we spend the least amount of time being uncomfortable and feeling out of balance. And trust me, I totally understand that when you are riding those waves of anxiety or depression, that they can feel like they are more powerful than you. They can feel like they're taking over your whole being, but they're not. And so I really want you guys just to change your perspective on this to be that of, okay, so I'm feeling these waves coming through me because there's something that I need to know here, something that I need to do here. So I am asking to be shown this. I'm asking to be given the information of what I'm supposed to do to make things come back into balance. Okay. And also, don't hide in the dark about this. If you're experiencing anxiety, depression, or sadness, or fear, or worry, you can talk to somebody about it. Absolutely. Because I guarantee you that most of the people that you know have or will experience it as well. And so sometimes when you open up the dialogue, you can actually have insight into ways that will help you, or ways that will make you feel better. Or it also will diminish the size of your anxiety or your fear by having the conversation with somebody else, because you will see that somebody else has had the exact same experiences from it and has survived it and has made it through it. And you will too. You absolutely will. Absolutely. Okay, so I want you guys just remember to change your perception on this, and and again, and seek if there's practitioners that you want to seek to help that. So there's tons and tons of energy healers out there. And for those of you who are energy healers and who are light workers, make sure you go and you ask your friends and your fellow brothers and sisters for help when you need it. We all need help at some point in time, and there's no reason why any of us should feel shame or guilt or embarrassment if we are in one of our lows. We're not ascended masters. We have come here to experience, to grow, and to develop, and feeling some of these ugly earthly feelings is part of that experience. And you're not in it alone, and we are here to support each other and help each other through this. So remember, with power, with numbers, there's power, and you have a whole team on either side that's ready and willing and able to help you. Call in the archangels. This is a huge thing, and it's been a huge thing for me lately. Calling in Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael and feeling their energy and their power. And Archangel Muriel, who is the archangel for empaths, bring in her healing energy, her soft energy that she brings in. And you'll notice when you're working with her, whenever I work with Muriel, Archangel Muriel, the energy is very emotional. I feel very, it's almost like you get a buildup of energy inside your body and you need to release it by crying. And that's the only way that you can actually get it out. And so she's very, very helpful with that. So give yourself permission to actually feel some of these things. And so part of it may be that you need to have a good cry and you need to let it out. And then you will actually feel much, much lighter. Okay, so I want you guys to know that we are sending out huge light and love to you all. I absolutely love that we've created this, group of high vibrational beings, that we're all on the same path, all working on supporting each other and supporting ourselves and doing everything we can to make sure that we are on our soul's journey. Sending light and love to you all. We will talk to you soon. Take care.